Here comes Crusoe. She's a 58-foot semi-traditional narrowboat built in 1995 by Mel Davis, who's a very well-regarded shell builder, and fitted out by a professional joiner. Very nicely as well, I must say. She's been in the same hands since new, so she's been really, really well loved and looked after. And she's in nice condition. The paintwork's reasonable. She was last blacked 2 years ago, summer 2021, 4 new anodes on her at the time. The engine's just been serviced, September this year. 58 feet, so it'll go anywhere length. There's one solar panel on the roof there, 80 watts, that does the starter battery. Solid oak gangplank, that's got some weight to it, I can tell you. There are 2 Houdini hatches, you can see those plates on the roof, so each Houdini hatch has a steel storm cover, I suppose you could call it. Nice bows, decent sized well deck, 4 foot 3 inches long. And the locker there in the bows is storage. The gas bottles are at the back. That's a nice touch. Crusoe emblazoned in the gunnels there, in the non-slip paint. So there's bench seats either side here. There are cushions for those. There's the storage. There's an awful lot of gear in there. The chap who's selling has just left the country actually, so for 8 months, so everything on the boat is included. Storage lockers either side. Everything's really secure on this boat. The lockers and the engine room and the lockers on the stern deck. I'll show you how to open them. Glazed front doors and into the saloon. She's really lovely fit out on this boat. It's a mixture of maple and American cherry. Or cherry and American maple, can't remember which way round. There's an L-shaped couch there, really solidly built. That does turn into a spare double bed. This is clever. Wall mounted 23-inch smart TV. That's only a year old, but it folds back and turns over, so it's not in the way. It's not actually that easy to do one-handed either, or open that cupboard, but there's 2 cupboards behind the telly. More so squirrel solid fuel stove. Some speakers on the wall for the stereo. Head height on the boat is 6'2", and all of the lights on board are LED. Let's have another look down the saloon. It's really cosy, this room. I love it. Nice wall lights there. So the galley's next. 6 foot 9 inches long, a Houdini hatch over the galley. This is ingenious. Over the hob there's a heat-proof glass plates to give you extra work surface. Those drawers, it would seem, are both full, so this one is not. Storage cupboard under there with an attachment for a bin bag. Good sized cupboards under the sink. There's the Commodore saying hello. And then here's the 12-volt fridge. It's a larder fridge. And above that is a Vanette eye-level oven. And above that a microwave oven with a wine rack above it. Some very useful storage shelves there. Worktops are laminate, by the way. And on the starboard side of the galley is a storage cupboard. Everything you need in here, and I love this arrangement. A dinette behind the galley. It's a separate dining area. So there's another side hatch there with a roof hatch. This turns into a spare double berth, the storage underneath, and a lovely view from the table through that side hatch. And down to the corridor. Either side of this door is another door which gives you access to I suppose you'd call it a double wardrobe. Very good space. Shelves at the bottom of it. So access to the far end of that is here. There's another door there. I won't open it. And into the bathroom. Lovely ceramic sink, beautiful taps, cupboard underneath. The loo itself is a super flush macerator pump out loo with a tank gauge. There is also a water tank gauge on board, I didn't mention that. Nice shower there with a bifold door. Radiator here to keep the chill off in the winter. There's access to various bits of plumbing. And the main bedroom. It's a fixed double bed, 6 foot 4 inches long, 3 foot 11 inches wide. It's a memory foam mattress, low heat retention as well. Cupboard over the head end with reading lights under. Another Houdini hatch in here. And there are speakers in the foot end of the bed, and those spot lamps you can see, they're part of the navigation equipment. They're roving spot lamps. 12 volts, the plugs outside for those, for tunnels and things. Another wash basin at the foot of the bed, that's an unusual feature. Storage cupboard in here with the electrics, that's an inverter, it's 2 kilowatt Hart interface. A 3-stage charger. In here's a storage cupboard. And the storage under all of the steps here actually, there's some mooring pins and things in there. Storage under each of those. And here's probably one of the most neatly arranged isolation panels I've seen for the electrics on the boat. Out onto the rear deck. This cockpit is 4'6" long. Now everything's super secure on this boat, so you can't actually lift the locker lids or the deck boards without that, I don't know what you call it, a sucky thing, but it's ingenious. It makes everything super secure. Very hard to get into things to steal stuff. Just got to remember to lock up the sucky thing. Gas bottles were in that right hand locker and storage in the rest. There's the engine bay. It's a Beta Marine BV 1903, 43 horsepower with a hospital silencer. The battery bank was in there. There are 4 domestics, 110 amp hours each. There's 1 starter battery as well. I think I mentioned fed by that 80 watt solar panel. 230 volts, it's the inverter, or there is a landline on board. And back through the boat we go. All the navigation equipment you could need is on board, including an anchor. Those roving tunnel lights, by the way, were magnetic and waterproof. It's a really lovely boat. Hot water on board is heated by the engine. There is an immersion heater or the Eberspacher diesel-fired central heating. I didn't mention the drinking water filter tap in the galley. So I think that's it. Absolutely lovely boat and lots of it. That's Crusoe. For fully downloadable colour spec, for further photographs and the price, go to our website www.rugbyboats.co.uk.